been agonizing over whether or not I should publish this horrendous email I wrote early this morning. I realized no, I should furthermore make it into a YouTube, which is how I used to hide my, publicize my tawdry writing. But anyway, here we go. Lifeboat Shelter Discrimination Against Disabled Desert Storm Veteran Michael Dillahunty. Okay, so to a bunch of HCS people, that's Housing and Community Services. The continued discriminatory policies at Lifeboat Shelter in Astoria must be reviewed. It is my understanding with the recent passage of House Bill 3644, you are demanding equity standards and habitability standards. For years, I've complained about the mistreatment of disabled people at Lifeboat. Michael Dillahunty is a homeless Desert Storm vet, disabled and persecuted for his neurological disorder, Huntington's, for which Lifeboat misinterprets and excludes his spasmodic activity, and has even gone so far as to frame him with false charges to justify the harassment of him. They have put unequal high barriers to care, demanding he go to psych services or have long-term kicked him out over and over from their Beacon Day program and Lifeboat Night program, leading to his catastrophic weight loss and demoralization. Clatsop District Attorney was reprimanded by Judge McIntosh for pursuing false charges against Michael with the help of Lifeboat, who systematically abused the judicial office of their board chairperson, Kirk Wintermute, to intimidate clients with threats of false charges despite the conflict of interest. The shelter is run by a man who has sexually harassed numerous clients, asking them to suck my blue balls, and has kicked out whistleblowers for reporting this and other misconduct. His salary has quadrupled as that of his partner, Aaron Carlson, despite his evasion of responsibility for bullying clients, mocking disabled people, using exclusionary architecture to violate the ADA, withholding Social Security checks, as reported to Astoria police, hiring sex offender who bullies and harasses clients, excluding women for reporting sexual assault by Lifeboat clients, permitting drug deals as admitted by drug dealers on premises, denial of medication and caregiving to a terminally ill client as reported to BOLI, Bureau of Labor and Industries, and fostering a culture of crime and pecking order which marginalize the disabled, LGBT, and women. This is all happening in an overcrowded restaurant basement unfit for human habitation, and expired permits and no wheelchair access which would withstand an emergency. Low barrier services now mean sex offender Michael Wangan, with child porn distribution and selling pills, is housed at Lifeboat in the same room as children and sexual assault survivors. Numerous sex offenders have stayed there, including a man who admits to anally raping his ex as a punishment for his jealousy. I've recently written APD chief to check on Wangan's sex offender registry status and to decry the lack of culturally specific shelters for women, children, sexual assault survivors, and the lumping of them into this unsafe basement run by Ozark Iraq, a fugitive from disability abusing Gresham with a pronounced felony record and history of bullying his clients and disabled people. Surely you can find the time to investigate. Please make a safe, equitable process and enable oversight. Years of attempts to whistleblow this have led largely to stagnation, thanks to the Bureau of Labor and Industries for keeping the case file open on the Civil Rights Prosecution Desk. So, I sent it around to various people with a little kind of an add-on. So the add-on for Willamette Week, I said, thanks for your work on the Rockwood Shelter. Lifeboat is run by the meth dealer arrested for a gun in his backpack in a burglary in Clatsop, the dog thief fugitive from Gresham, Ozark, Iraq, who recently threatened that when he was in a gang, he would have handled me differently. His abuses are too numerous to write. Please contact me anytime. Willing to speak on or off record. Then what do we have here? Okay, so I sent it to Representative Pam Marsh, who helped originate this bill. And then, I believe this one was the one to Wyden. Let me check. Yeah, I think it is the one to Wyden. And yeah, okay, this is the one to Wyden and Bonamici. This is just, I forward them the same message, but I add like a different introduction. I am saddened to report further business closures in the area afflicted with lifeboat-related crime are slated. Numerous good family-friendly businesses have suffered knife-point assaults, thefts of high-value items, and constant public disorder from the drug-related psychosis, debris on the streets, and violence or threat of violence. Their customers have been harassed and sexually harassed by Lifeboat clients. Meal denial has been used for years by Ozark Iraq to punitize the homeless for imaginary offenses against his ego. The epidemic of unwashed, filthy, ragged, clothed individuals who cannot get their needs met is of great concern. Many are afraid to go to this dangerous shelter, largely taken over by the meth scene. Numerous meth-using clients refer to Ozark Iraq's days selling and smoking meth with them. He appears to give preferential treatment to people who he sold or smoked meth with. Methamphetamine. Numerous clients believe him to still be using meth while running this tax-funded shelter. Please consider that elderly and children no longer feel safe in the urban corridor due to the strategic placement of the basement shelter in the heart of a high-traffic commercial zone. A lifeboat worker even hit a client with his car and settled for $35K. Ozark Iraq threatened to withhold the client's social security multiple times. Then I think there might have been another one. No. Yeah, okay. Well, that's just what happens when I drink some cold coffee. That sort of stuff comes out of my brain early in the morning for some reason. 6:51 in the morning. Really